standoff in Florence, South Carolina in 2018. These are the officers right here. 2-year-old Terrence Caraway, and I believe 36-year-old Farrah Turner, who were responding to his residence to question his son about some very serious allegations. Peace and blessings, all praises due to the Most High. This is a very little known, little publicized story that I just came across, where this ex-lawyer who has been disbarred opened fire from a sniper's position, shooting 7 officers, killing 2 as they came to address his son about some very serious charges. I want you to watch this video.
Why would you do that?
And I'll be back with some more information on how this attack was premeditated. And of course, the only officers who died were the black ones. Just listen.
Police officer ambushed in Florence, South Carolina. The man accused of opening fire on 7 South Carolina law enforcement officers, killing one of them, charged with murder this afternoon. A 74-year-old man by the name of Frederick Hopkins now facing 1 count of murder and 6 counts of attempted murder.
Sergeant Terrence Caraway, a 30-year veteran of the Florence Police Department, was killed. Officials say Hopkins shot the officers as they got out of their police cars.
NBC Charlotte's Billie Jean Shaw is following every development in this story for us tonight. She's live with the very latest information for us. Hi, Billie Jean.
Good evening, Bill. We are still here in front of the very active crime scene, in front of the Hopkins family home in Vintage Place. If you look behind my shoulder, what you will see is several agents from the FBI along with Richland County detectives combing through the crime scene that they describe as massive, looking for any clues as to why a 74-year-old man ambushed
protecting his pedo son.
Right now, he has been officially charged.
That's nasty.
This is just one step towards justice.
How's that piece of chicken?
Today, charges officially filed against an accused
Upstairs, she's about to put the baby in the tub. You going to work? Frank, we're on Broadway where DB live. Up there. I mean, where Derek live. Pop friend Derek. A little chilly. You don't need no big coat, but you need a little jacket.
Tell NBC Charlotte, Hopkins acted as a sniper, using a high-powered rifle, firing the shots from the inside of his home, striking the officers non-stop. Officer Terrence Caraway, a 30-year vet with the Florence Police Department, was killed in the line of duty. The motive remains unclear.
This is a large crime scene.
Because his son was out there doing pedo stuff, and he wanted to protect him, because he's into pedo stuff. Yeah, what you mean you don't know why? We know why.
And who?
Like, that's crazy.
Says the officers were at the home to interview Hopkins' adopted 27-year-old son, Seth. He is accused of an 18-year-old foster child who lived in the home.
What I tell you?
Fred Hopkins received a heads up that officers will be coming to talk to his son, which
I knew he did some pedo stuff.
If you want to interview someone, you need to arrange the interview. So, yes, there's nothing improper with calling up someone and saying, hey, we want to interview you and arrange the meeting.
So Sheriff Leon Lott went on to say that Seth Hopkins has also been charged. He was hurt during the shooting in the hospital.
All right, we'll be here, but I'm out.
For bond hearing on charges of criminal sexual
Keep calling him, but
as far as the other officers involved in
can't
the
help
shooting, 3 remain in the hospital in critical condition. And as far as Fred Hopkins, when he will appear in court for his first appearance, well, that's still up in the air. As the solicitor tells us, Fred Hopkins has not hired an attorney just yet. Reporting live in Florence, South Carolina, Billie Jean Shaw, NBC Charlotte.
All right, and I call hogwash to what that sheriff is saying, talking about it is standard procedure to call someone and let them know that you wanted to talk to someone. Now, I've had several warrants and committed several crimes. Nobody ever called me and said, hey, Richard, you know, they said you did this, that, and the other. And so I think this is that small town elite society type deal where they were trying to tell this ex-lawyer who was very influent, look, okay, all right, man, we got some charges on Seth. You know, how can we arrange this? That is not standard procedure. There's not standard procedure when they going up in these houses shooting proclaimed or accused or alleged drug dealers. They don't call them and say, hey, yeah, we're coming to talk to you. So I think that is just totally wrong. Now, at the time of this article, the black lady, Farrah Turner, she hadn't died yet. I think she struggled for 19 days in the hospital, and then she finally perished. And then they charged him with all of those charges. Now, during the trial, the prosecutor pointed out how this was premeditated. Why? Because